All right, it's Friday. By the time I upload this, it's probably Saturday, maybe Sunday, but more than likely Saturday or close to Saturday. So, uh, kind of feels weird knowing that part one of this trilogy is has gained a lot of attention, more so than I thought it would, and a lot of people are pretty pissed off about it. Uh, they're still they're still commenting. Uh, First of all, I want to give a formal apology to those who actually disagreed with me politely and actually used constructive criticism. Uh, I like that, and I think that's unfair of me to try and lump all y'all together like that. The people who actually were polite with their disagreements, uh, thank y'all. And I will try my best to be somewhat better, but I'm still standing with what I believe in with this game, and that this game, Spider-Man 2, is propaganda. It's to push propaganda, push the message, really. And to those who have been very nasty, I don't really expect anything from y'all, to be honest. I'm not begging for your approval, your forgiveness, right? Oh man. Um, quite clearly, I just don't give a damn. Y'all can keep on reading and just saying your little quick little quips of oh, you didn't play the game, so you can't really say much about reviewing it. I don't have to review a game, as in like I don't have to play a game in order to review it when it wasn't even made in good faith. And don't start with that. Oh, what do you mean by good faith? Don't come on now. But then again, I am talking to seemingly PlayStation fanboys. You're playing another walking simulator. Anyway, I'm not getting into it. I was getting a little heated, not to the point where where I'm annoyed or anything. It is just kind of I just can't believe people just I don't see what they see in this game. I don't. And speaking of PlayStation, I want to show you guys something before we get into the main topic. Damn, it's already going 3 minutes. I need to stop talking so much. Oh wait, the weirdos would like that. No, never mind. I'm not gonna do that. Article from the Niche Gamer. Uh, this is the PS5 Slim comparison photos requires online activation for disk drive. I'm not sure. I'm not sure about this really. I just I and I'm sorry if I'm kind of out of it. I'm not feeling the best right now. I'm kind of sick, but I'm gonna push through. So what you see are two comparison photos of the PS5 with the PS5 Slim, and this PS5 Slim looks bulky, man. It looks more bulky than the PS3 to a degree. What the hell, man? It don't even look. I don't know. Continuing on with the article, consumer getting their hands on gaming products ahead of their scheduled release is nothing new, and the upcoming PS5 Slim model is no exception. There is no official release date for PS5 Slim by itself, but there are bundles that some gamers have been fortunate to get their hands on early enough to pick one up. One user even confirmed the rumors that its separate disk drive requires an internet connection and account login in order to use. They shared pictures of their comparison to the original PlayStation 5 on Twitter, but the tweets have been deleted. Other publications such as Video Cards have reported on the news and shared the now deleted images so they are still viewable online. Some are concerned about the online requirements for the disk drive of the console as they have been for some games. Concerns mostly point at support for activating it might fade away in the future when the PS5 eventually meets the same fate as the PS3. The slim models are also meant to replace the PlayStation 5's currently available, which for the ones that do have a disk drive have no such requirement. This is likely due to the fact that Sony are offering an optional disk drive for the digital only variant of the console. So this is the console that y'all love, huh? This is the console that is the greatest, huh? When do we're really getting to a point where disk drive they're pushing to make disk drives obsolete? Yes, yeah, I know they've been doing this for years. I do pay attention, shockingly. But this stuff, you where to begin with this? This is I'm sorry for the dead air, guys, but this I never really thought it. I never would ever imagine this being a requirement, a disk for a disk drive, let alone it being optional, and then you have to activate it online. Why can't you just? It's not going to go the way they think it's going to go the way. But that's why I wanted to share y'all right there before I get into the meat and gravy or meat and bones, as I like to say, meat and bones, because there's nothing juicy about it. The meat is dry, it's raw, and the bones, it's all is just all in vain. Okay, so obviously Spider-Man 2, Insomniac Spider-Man 2 to be correct, is a retelling of Web Shadows, and I don't know if it's a retelling of something else. I know there's a little bit of Ultimate Spider-Man, but mainly uh Craven's Last Hunt and Web of Shadows. Hmm. I don't honestly. I feel as if I wanted to play Web of Shadows, I play Web of Shadows. That's how I feel about it. It was a interesting. Do I dare say interesting spin of Web of Shadows? I don't know. They tried, but it for me it didn't go anywhere. Especially with how the symbiotes didn't feel like a threat when I was watching the gameplays. Especially when it came to the dreaded MJ section, they it, they were more like sponges, and it's like, oh look, you're being overwhelmed by all these symbiotes, and you go and do so much. You got to counter, and you just kept jumping. You keep jumping around. You keep jumping around, man. Countering. You're avoiding. You're dodging. When in combat is like that, that's not fun. When you constantly have to keep on avoiding, and you're being over, and you're literally being overwhelmed. That's not real. That's not fun. That just breaks the immersion to a degree, along with you're trying to build up a streak, and and trying to build, trying to do your ultimate moves, your finishers, whatever. I could be honest, I kind of got dizzy from watching that. I can only imagine playing it, man. That had come on, y'all. That had to like at least get on your nerves. Can we be honest about that? But this retelling of Web Shadows, it's not as superior as the original. Of course, you got MJ turning to Scream, you got Venom, Uh, who else? Who else? Who else turned? I don't think. I don't think there was anyone else. Was there? Other than the NPC citizens. You didn't have no. I mean, Electro's dead in Insomniac games version. Rhino's dead. Vulture's dead. Shocker's dead. See, I think that kind of goes into the thing with my problem with them killing off these villains from the first and the DLC Miles DLC I should say. Uh, there's there's so many things they could have done if they wanted to do a retelling of Web of Shadows. I would have liked to see a symbiote Shocker. I would have liked to see. I would have loved to see a symbiote Electro again. That would be pretty cool. I don't. I think. Oh man. Oh bro. A symbiote Scorpion. Ah, dude. That would be the perfect predator right there. I don't want to see Rhino. I would love to see a symbiote Craven. That would be so dope just to see a symbiote had they not killed off Craven. I think symbiote Craven would have been cool to see, man. Wow, that would be so awesome. I wonder how that would go. They really dropped the ball with that retelling. There were so many options they could have done, but let me take a drink here. But I was watching an interview, and maybe I should bring up this interview actually, where one of the developers were talking about how they had cut certain scenes out in favor of the MJ scenarios. I'm not bullshitting you guys. I don't know where exactly what timestamp that would be, but if you guys know what I'm talking about, then then you know what I'm talking about. I'm speaking the truth here. If I remember after doing this video, if I remember, I would put the link down to it, and he specifically talks about how they had to cut some stuff out. I would love to see the cut content if it's interesting and it actually serves a point to the story. Because if there's one thing, if we can all agree on, it needed better boss fights. The only boss fights I enjoyed where it was Sandman, uh, obviously symbiote Peter, and a little bit of maybe a little bit of the Venom when I think about it now, just a bit. Then the dialogue came in and that ruined everything. They had so much potential to venomize these different villains. They shouldn't have killed him off screen. They shouldn't have killed a majority off screen. I think I don't have anything else to say about that subject. Of the retelling of Web of Shadows. I thought I would have more about it, but perhaps when I'm all warmed up and maybe hopefully I get a little bit over the sickness, I'll start thinking clearly. Hold on, y'all. Someone's messaging me. What the hell? Oh, okay. Never mind. And this would kind of go hand in hand with the disservice of characters not being utilized, and origin stories being swapped. For example, I'm not a big fan of Harry becoming Venom because that just means the whole point of having Eddie Brock become Venom is gone. I would have liked to see what they would do with Eddie Brock instead of saying here, and I'm kind of getting ahead of myself here, but I might as well mention it. I would say yes, let Harry come out the tank and have the symbiote on him, and it's curing him, or at least preventing his illness. But it would eventually come off of him to get to Peter, and this is an unintended side effect where once the symbiote is off of Harry, it fucks with his mind. Not only is he suffering from his illness, but it's fucking with his mind, and maybe it bolsters Harry's illness to a degree where it's kind of like re-engineers itself to it being like making him superhuman. I would like, I think I would have liked to see Harry become the Goblin and Eddie, retain himself or retain the Venom. Yeah, I'm kind of pulling from Spider-Man 3. I'll be honest, but it would it in my mind it makes more sense since Harry, Harry Osborn. I mean, not too far fetched really from the whole Goblin thing. And I think it would be more of a. I think it would be better. I think it would be a better way to have an emotional scene between Peter and Harry, as of course Harry is going batshit crazy, and he's not only having to deal with that, but he's also having to take down this this catastrophe of the symbiotes, Venom, Eddie Brock going buck wild because Peter pissed him off or something. And I remember Dr. Connors talking about how to Peter, like, hey, is there any side effects, saying any change? I can't remember if it was like change of personality, but like something with like his mood, like it's still affecting with your mood. It's something. I think that would be, I think that would be key there too, kind of support my version of what I'm thinking. And I'm not gonna really be showing much, guys. I'm just talking about this. Really, I'm not gonna be showing anything. I'm not trying to. I already got through all the major things I hated really, and but this is I think I think just the Scream as well. That could have at least been, at least, what I would think of Scream is I believe she was like a schizophrenic former soldier or soldier. I think they could have, at least with one of the DLCs from 2018, like the one involving Silver Sable. I think they, of course, they would have to probably change up her origins a bit. I'm not familiar with Scream's origins other than it's a schizophrenic woman. I think, and she was one, maybe be one of Sable's guards, not like top to, but to the point where something went on with the whole Hammerhead Hammerhead. That was it. That was his name, right? Hammerhead. It's been a while. I need a drink. But the whole Hammerhead situation, to where he really messed her up, and she's going through emotions where I don't know. I guess she ends up, obviously she will become Scream. I think there's. I know I'm not the best at what I'm trying to reconfigure what Insomniac did, but I would try at least keep it to the original, so at least keep it close. It won't be true, but at least keep it close to like where these characters actually serve a purpose, like how they're supposed to be. Not change it to like, oh, Harry's Venom and MJ Scream and whatever the hell else we just witnessed in that game. I definitely didn't appreciate the MCU level of jokes. Those always were those always were a miss, never a hit. Even in 2018, but I had a few chuckles here and there with 2018. Then again, not I don't do well with comedy. Comedy has never been my thing, so I won't really get on that. Uh, I never. Okay, guys, help me out with this one about Harry suddenly becoming jealous of his father and Peter. I remember in 2018 that Peter mentioned how Norman doesn't listen to his son, and it was like one of those side missions where it involved like the greenhouses, the environmental houses, something like that, where you where you had to make them function again. I think I kind of thought that would come into play with this, but when Harry just it just felt really out of character for Harry when he's just I understand that he this is like after the moment where Peter rejects giving him back the suit, and Harry's coming along, just walking along, and he hears both his father and Peter and his father saying like, "I always thought of you as a son," and then Harry just becoming suddenly jealous. I never understood that. Now, had they actually explored that territory back with the flashback scenes, and you kind of see that there, maybe establish a little bit of something there, like, oh well, Harry, he's friends with Peter, but when Norman ever comes, he pays attention more towards Peter than he does to Harry, and it never felt like that. I don't think it felt like that. No, it just it didn't feel one sided. It just felt like it was like, hey, it was just just average, like the usual type stuff that someone no someone would say. Uh, I do recall. Oh yeah, I forgot to type this down. There's also the fact when Harry becomes Venom for the first time, and Norman just I gotta say what the fuck about this part, because it's like Norman's like the suit is on him, the symbiote's on him, and he says don't shoot him, switch it to stun, and then all of a sudden Norman just walks out. Like, what the fuck? I I don't, dude, that's your own son. You would I was kind of expecting like him to like be more like, hey, don't like trying to get in front of everybody and be between them and his son, and of course, whether he gets swatted, he gets swatted or not by Venom, it's it'd be I found out it kind of made my head just it made my mind just go like, what's going on here? That doesn't make sense. That's your son. Would you be at least physically trying to get be more involved instead of just, hey, don't shoot him, switch to stun, and then just walk out. And then while Harry's wrecking havoc, you're in he's in some booth or something. He's just thinking like, we can help you. Peter can go. I don't know, dude. It was kind of weird. I don't. I'm not even sure if I even hate it. I'm just I'm bewildered by it. Like, this really happened, huh? Uh, the bloated segments, way too many cutscenes. I mean, way too many cutscenes. I think they only they didn't need like an extra hour or two cutscenes in there. That game shouldn't have been too many damn cutscenes in that game. Even I, when I was watching it, even I was feeling like, damn, this is getting tiring just to watch. Again, I can only imagine what y'all experienced. Maybe it was entertaining for some of y'all, or maybe some of y'all just like, yes, I finally I got that extra rest in for I can eat my sandwich or something. I ain't knocking it, but it felt like there was just things they just put in there just to put in there like filler. For example, and it doesn't even have to be cutscenes. I feel like even the segment with the bicycle ride between Peter and Harry was fucking stupid. I get that. I get that they're trying to establish like the link of the friends rekindling after 2 or 3 years being apart. Uh, they could have done that better. Or maybe not. I, I wouldn't know what they would do. Maybe a quick cutscene. Maybe something. I don't know. I don't know what they would have to do, but I just know that felt like a filler. I didn't feel like anything substantial. We all know Peter and Harry are best friends. I think actually, you know what? I would have just at least have a little small cut scene about them. MJ, Peter, and Harry rekindling, and and then do the flashback. I think that would be better right there. Cut through, cut out the bicycle scene and just go straight to the flashback of when they were in school breaking in, getting the thumb drive, instead of them being adults and breaking into school and doing, you know. Oh man. Uh, this quote bothered me about. Oh, hold on, guys. I do have a video, huh? You guys might hear something. Yep. You guys might hear something. But this quote bothered me. I'm setting it up for you guys right now. No, why would I play on TV? Stupid. Uh, okay. Timestamp. Perfect. Give me a moment, guys. I'm sorry. Okay. Almost there. All right. All I gotta do is share. All right. So, so is this scene right here? I have a bit of a problem with.
Maybe MJ was right. Why would the city need me when it has you? I don't know.
Yeah. And thank you, Saloin, for that. So I'm pretty sure people, Saloin or is it nine? I don't know. Either way, that's where I got the video from. I just to show you guys that I didn't. Why would you put this in? Maybe MJ was right. Why would the city need me when it has you? Gosh. There's a lot that I swear I remember a point in time when Peter was scolding Miles about being Miles first and then Spider-Man last, because obviously Miles is still a fucking kid. And then now all of a sudden it's like maybe MJ was right. Why wouldn't the city need me? It's like, dude, you're the Spider-Man. You're the main one. Why would you? And with the ending of it, it's seemingly with he goes into retirement, temporary retirement, obviously, and we're gonna be playing as well. I'm not gonna be playing, but people are gonna be playing as Miles, uh, with the DLC, mainly Miles with the DLC that's inevitably coming up, and then the main game, the next main game. Uh, it's very iffy. It's very iffy about that. It's not really a passing. I can't. I just don't think of it as a passing of the torch moment. I never liked the idea of Miles being in the same universe as Peter. I never really liked the idea of Miles in the first place because there's other Spider-Men, and the fact that they were basically selling this Spider-Man, Miles as like the first Black Puerto Rican Spider-Man. I don't know, as this big thing. I it just seems like, come on, man, can we just have? I mean, like, they really downgraded Peter to the point where you needed multiple fights to take this in order to get the symbiote off of him. You need multiple fights. You needed a scene where you played as MJ and you stun. I don't know. You used the stun gun on him, I think, or you used the sound frequency thing or something, and you just ran. You had all those moments in there, and he still like he was like helpless. There was no moment where Uncle Ben, like we had a flashback of Uncle Ben, where talking about responsibility, trying to help Peter. Having having a link to a story of how much of impact the Uncle Ben served to Peter. I would have I would have liked to seen that where Peter is fighting this this darkness off of him, and not it may be partially due to the help of MJ and Miles, but I wanted this to be a man v self uh, theme where the symbiote is obviously preying on Peter's darkness, his negative emotions, and trying to use it against him, and you're playing as Peter, and you're going through this puzzle, this mind. I don't know, this stuff in your mind, really, and you're reliving moments. Uncle, getting bit by a spider, uh, doing the wrestling. Oh, that would have been cool, actually, doing the wrestling match, uh, against Bonesaw. Um, of course, Uncle Ben talked about responsibility before the night that he got shot, and then we're looking for his murderer. And things I would have liked that. I would have liked to seen that instead of having Miles, wailing on Peter for three or four rounds before he finally gets it off of him. I wanted more of that again, that man versus self. I just don't appreciate how weak they made Peter seem in this. Especially with the Scream instance where it only took three rounds against Scream, and it was just all in the same continuous fight, really. And it was just how easily she got it off of her. You know, I just feels like they sacrificed Peter for Miles. I think I'm gonna get off that subject, guys, because I don't want to repeat myself. We all know about the atrocious dialogue. We saw an example of that. I mentioned Peter being continuously saved. Peter becoming, I'm sorry, Peter basically having Miles become a full-time Spider-Man. Got that covered. Most villains from Spider-Man 2018 are dead. Yep. Okay, so help me out with this one too, guys. At the end of Spider-Man 2, with that girl and her father, was that a Spider Girl cameo or Spider Woman cameo? I vaguely remember the name Cindy. I vaguely remember it, and I can't remember which one it is. I could be totally fucking wrong. But I know they kind of set that up like, oh, here's so it's like, are we really going the route of like we're having Peter Parker, then Miles, and then we're having Cindy as like the spiders? Are we really doing that? I hope not, dude. That's lame writing. Is our and I guess that's gonna be furthering the process of eliminating Peter out, other than having like be a cameo and then get bitch slapped by the Goblin. And I hope it doesn't come like that. I hope it doesn't become like that, dude. I hope they don't do that. Where then it's gonna be Miles and Cindy against. Maybe I'm looking too deeply into this, guys. But I just have a feeling after what we've seen, what we've experienced, I have a feeling they might just go that route. Oh, maybe this become a shocker to shocker, but maybe this would be a shocker to you all. About I will acknowledge some good elements in this game. Combat, I think the combat so is pretty solid. I think I like the upgrading and leveling systems for each Spider-Man. I think there is a I think it's a somewhat tedious when you're first learning it. And when I was looking at it and observing all there is, uh, the thing switching between Miles and Peter. I get that they have different abilities, but I think they could have done that. I think they could have done that better. It sort of reminds me of Mass Effect, where you're cycling through the characters and you're trying to get their abilities up, but it depends on which class they are. Especially the race two, because each race has like their own natural thing, set of abilities. I mean, so I think that could have been tweaked just a bit. Yeah, there's no you won't be making it perfect, but just enough where it wouldn't be a hassle. Uh, let's see. Some side missions were pretty cool. Some side missions were decent. Damn, the one side mission escaped my mind. Damn it. Oh, that's right. The flame side mission. That was cool. I really enjoyed how they showed Cletus Cassidy being in his like just being a fucking menace, straight up. And of course, you see Yuri again. I think that was okay. I thought that was kind of all right. But that could, but it was more about Cletus. I hope he comes into a DLC real soon. Oh man, that would be so cool to see. And that might be their last. That might be the last DLC for Spider-Man 2, because that needs a lot. That needs to be big. That needs to be like a big DLC. That would be a great way to finish it. Now, I don't have faith in the writing. I don't have faith in all the extra stuff they're going to be adding in there. But with the story, the main storyline of that DLC, hopefully it being focusing on Cletus and not them trying to screw over Cletus and is this person all along. I think they would have something solid because the way how that side mission ended, boy, wow. I mean, whew, the Sandman side mission, I like that where it was just wanted to be with his family, and you're able to give that trophy to his child. That was nice. As for main storyline, Craven, I think Craven. I don't know who the actor was, the voice actor and motion capture was for Craven, but that was he stole the scenes for me really. Tony Todd did a fantastic job as Venom, doing the voice of Venom, especially when you first start hearing him with Peter being the symbiote, having the symbiote suit on him. Oh, that was cool. Like saying like kill them all. Like I'm like, oh man, I love that. It's perfect. Web slinging is good. I think they improved upon it from what I've seen. I've heard that the game is a lot harder, which that is something the previous game needed. It needed to be uh, a lot hard, and that especially with that new game plus and the hardest difficulty. Um, that wasn't hard at all, and I don't know if you guys hear anything. That's a dog barking in the background, just to give y'all a heads up. That dog never sleeps. But anyway, I think that's it for the good stuff. I mean, what I mentioned with the Sandman fight and the Peter symbiote fight as well. I think I think that's it really. Uh, I don't think this game is worth the price of. I'm. Is it on PS4 as well, guys, or is it just only on PS5? If it's only on PS5, it's definitely not worth the $70. If it's on PS4, I'm not sure if they lowered the price for y'all. If not, I still say it's not worth $70. I at best really get it on sale, especially with Black Friday sale. Uh, you're not really missing. I wouldn't say not really missing. You're not missing out much really. But don't take it from me. What do I know? As people would say that since I never played the game, I can't review it, even though I put a lot of time into this. And I guess I'll try to finish this video off with uh just a quest, something that just you know what? Never mind. Fuck it. I'll leave it alone. I would just want to end it right there. To be honest, there's enough problems as is, and the way I structured this last part, I did a pretty bad job of it. But uh, I'm thinking of. I was thinking of doing like how I would rewrite the story with the concerning the main plot and the side plots, and I'm not sure. I'm not gonna go like too crazy with it, too in high detail, but enough to where like this is what I would do. I would change stuff up. Like what I talked about earlier with Harry and Eddie. Try to figure out how to tie that in, how I would end it, how certain. I would definitely make the side missions connect to the main story. I would definitely do that. But Yeah, that might be a video I may or may not make. But yeah, yeah, guys, this is the trilogy of why I think Insomniac 2, sorry, Insomniac 2, what the hell? Insomniac Spider-Man 2 wasn't really, they didn't really have a good storyline or narrative to it. Why I think and why I believe it's more of a propaganda piece. I would love to, I'm gonna remind myself to get link that video. I'm definitely gonna link that video of the guy saying how they sacrifice certain scenes for the MJ stuff. Would you imagine this when they took a page from Ultimate Spider-Man, where you get more Venom scenes? I think at least three scenes where how you escape, and then another scene where you're building up the hive, you're starting to build up the hive, and the third is just before you meet Peter again for the final battle. I would do something like that. That would be so cool. I get that the game is about Spider-Man, but I definitely would eliminate the Haley and fucking MJ side missions. I would, in favor of playing. Not, I mean, it's just playing as. Of course, you have Peter, Miles, and Harry. I would definitely do that way. That would be so cool. Especially playing as Venom, dude. Like, you can't go wrong with playing as Venom. You're just going all out. It's to be so awesome, man. Ah, they should have never done this. They should have never. I don't know. We're only getting like the tip. Well, so the tip of the iceberg from what I've seen with like what went wrong with it and what I've detailed so far. I don't think I'm gonna try to make another video about Spider-Man, honestly, because I this is a three-parter and it's already another hour. So take with what you will about this. Comment your usual stuff. You hate it, you love it, uh, whatever. Negative, positive. There you go. It's your choice. The city is yours. God, yeah, that's an old one right there. But all right, guys, I'm gonna end it here. Ciao.